big thank you to AliExpress for sponsoring this video. They have the biggest sale of their year this week, and to celebrate that, we have a fun little surprise. More on that at the end. Enjoy the video. Brand new video cards under $200 have heavy compromises. They're either bandwidth or memory limited. They require some kind of premium feature to access its full performance, or they're just plain overpriced. And in the worst case, all three. But there are some good options out there. You just have to know where to look. So I'm teaming up with AliExpress to offer some affordable video card upgrades. And because it's their big annual sale, they're offering another $25 off with the code ALLONAE. It makes these options even better. So without further ado, here are 3 of my video card recommendations for gamers under $200 and PC builds to accompany them. The first option is the tried and true RX 580 8GB. Now this is the cut down version, so it performs more like an RX 570, but it's still a really good choice. It's only $59, it comes with a 2-year warranty, and it has a 14-day delivery to the USA. It's the cheapest option that I would recommend. The one I have is from Milc. I think that's how you pronounce it. The box comes with the card itself, a manual with a how-to install guide, a warranty card, and 2 screws for securing it to the case. It has an all-black plastic shroud with 2 fans and an aluminum heatsink. It requires a 6-pin power connector, and I recommend at least a 450-watt power supply. And it'll fit in almost any case. I tested it last week and it runs cool and quiet, even on warmer days. The GPU core temperature peaked at 72 degrees Celsius in my Montech 903 case, with an ambient room temperature of 24.4, which is 76 degrees Fahrenheit for us silly Americans. So we'll get into gaming performance a little later, but I want to quickly show you just how affordable a PC using this video card can be. For only $325, you can build yourself a computer with a 6-core Ryzen processor, 16 gigs of memory, a 512 gig SSD, a stylish case with good airflow, and of course, the RX 580. This build offers a great foundation because you have such a solid upgrade path in the future. The link to it will be in the description. And if you want to see me actually build it on the channel, then put a smiley face emoji, your favorite, in the comments. If there's enough, maybe I'll do it. Our second option has aged incredibly well. At $162, it's one of the best options for a mid-range card nowadays. It's the Radeon RX 5700 XT 8GB. The one I have is from Elsa, not to be confused with the Snow Princess. She's awesome, by the way. Top tier Disney princess. Similar to the RX 580, the box comes with the card itself and a manual with a how-to install guide. There isn't a warranty card, but there is a 2-year warranty according to the box, so just email the seller and ask how to register your specific video card. It has an all-black plastic shroud with 3 fans and an aluminum heatsink, but it also comes with copper pipes. You can see them hiding behind the fans. See, right there. Now it does require a 6-pin and 8-pin power connector, and I recommend at least a 550-watt power supply. I got away with a 500-watt model, but I don't recommend that for long-term use. It will fit in most micro ATX towers and bigger. Overall, this card just feels really good in the hand, and based on just the design alone, it looks like it's going to keep the GPU adequately cool. The GPU core peaked at 67 degrees Celsius during a 2-hour benchmarking session, and that was with an ambient room temperature of about 21 degrees Celsius or 69 degrees Fahrenheit. And despite having 3 fans, it wasn't loud with the default fan curve. So this video card is a wonderful performer, and I promise you we will get to that. But again, I want to show you how you can build a pretty awesome $500 computer around it. A Ryzen 5 3600, 16 gigs of RAM, an NVMe SSD, a nice looking case, and then this phenomenal little video card, and you actually have yourself a console killing type of computer. Similar to the $325 option, you have a great foundation for awesome upgrades. Combine it with the ALLONAE coupon and you save yourself a little bit more. If you want to see this build on the channel, then comment your favorite frowny face emoji or sad emoji. I'll accept that as well. Sad boy hours or that's coming up anyway. And if there's enough, I'll build it. Our final option does not offer as much out of the box as the previous one, but it's one of my personal favorites for a little bit of a different reason. It's the RTX 2060 Super 8GB, and it goes for $156. Soyo sent this one over. The box only includes the video card itself, and I didn't find any warranty information on this one, but you do get a 15-day free return policy through AliExpress. It has a white dual fan shroud with an aluminum heatsink. It's even rocking a white backplate, which is nice. It requires an 8-pin power connector, and I recommend at least a 550 watt power supply. It's a pretty small card, so it would fit micro ATX towers and even some ITX one. Wink wink. That might be coming soon. Now, temperatures were fine, but it does run warmer than the other two options on this list. The GPU core peaked at 73 degrees Celsius with an ambient room temperature of 19.4 degrees Celsius or 67 degrees Fahrenheit. Thankfully, the default fan curve wasn't loud. Now, despite the shortcomings in comparison to the other two options, the 2060 Super is still my favorite option, and that's because of the software suite. You have hardware ray tracing, NVIDIA Broadcast, which is great for noise suppression, audio noise suppression, and then also background removal. And then you have the NV encoder, which is awesome for streaming and even better for video production. I use these things daily, so for me, it gives it the edge to take the top spot. Now, similar to option 2, the card works phenomenally in a $500 PC. Basically the same thing, Ryzen 5 3600, NVMe SSD, 16 gigs of RAM, a stylish case with good airflow, and then obviously the 2060 Super instead. The 5700 XT will yield comparable results in gaming, so it really comes down to price, aesthetics, or software suite. But if you really want to see a build with the 2060 Super, then comment your favorite flower emoji, and we'll try to make it happen. Okay, so you've waited patiently, and I appreciate that. How is gaming? Really good. I used the Ryzen 5 7600 and 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM for all of my tests. Here are my results. In Valorant with competitive settings, the cards killed it. The RX 580 averaged over 500 FPS, while the 5700 XT and 2060 Super battled it out in the 900 FPS range. Our strong CPU matters a lot here, but even the CPUs I have suggested will work great. Rainbow Six Siege was harder to run, but it's a similar story. The RX 580 stayed above 120 FPS, while the other two options averaged in the 300s. And this is with very high settings. Dropping down to competitive settings will help immensely. Civilization 6 wasn't as exciting, being a turn-based game and all, but each card stayed above 60 FPS easily. So esport titles and turn-based games work. Big deal. You can run those on your grandma's hearing aids. What about real games? Cyberpunk 2077 was a blast on each card. The RX 580 surprised me by maintaining a proud 50 FPS, with the other two cards doubling that. And we're not on the lowest settings imaginable. This is 1080p medium with quality FSR 2.1. Hogwarts Legacy was more of the same. You can expect mid to low 50s from the RX 580 with the right settings, and a little over double that from its faster relatives. And we still have some breathing room to spare. It's a great look. And finally, we have New World. At 1080p with the medium preset, we have a very similar story, around 50 FPS for the RX 580, and the low to mid 100s for the RX 5700 XT and the 2060 Super. Even in areas with lots of players, all the cards performed appropriately. You shouldn't have any problems. Okay, Ozzy, this seems too good to be true. Are there any downsides? Yeah, there are. Like any affordable card, there are compromises, and the big one here is power consumption. The total system power consumption during a 3D Mark Time Spy run for the RX 580 was 240 watts, 376 watts for the 5700 XT, and 367 watts for the 2060 Super. And the power consumption peaked even a little higher while I was gaming. Now, these numbers aren't concerning, but they're definitely higher than current generation offerings. If electricity costs a lot in your country, this is something you want to seriously consider. Definitely check out the price delta between buying one of these cards and then going for a current generation card. I don't want you to lose money. Overall, though, I recommend each of these cards. I think they're great options and they work extremely well with anyone on a tight budget. There are options out there, you just have to know where to look. And a big thank you to AliExpress for actually giving us more discounts on top of good deals. Again, with their code ALLONAE, then you get $25 off some of these purchases. And to celebrate the sale, I'm actually going to give away the RX 5700 XT. So all of the details will be in the description. Check it out, get a chance to win and try it out for yourself. With all that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed it, leave a like. If you loved it, share, subscribe. Let me know if there are other video cards that you would recommend. There are quite a bit that I left out, and I did that on purpose. I just had to choose 3. But with that being said, I'll see you guys later. Peace.